You're watching K34QB, Vail, Colorado.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in to your Wednesday, August 14th edition of Good Morning Vail. My coffee has yet to kick in first thing this morning. I'm your host today, Maddie Evans, and we've got a great show in store for you. Not only are we going to introduce you to the Eagle Valley Library District and one of their fabulous new amenities that you can enjoy, and it's so easy to get a library card, so we're going to give you all that information and more here in just a little bit. We're also going to be congratulating the Vail Valley Partnership on winning Chamber of the Year, and we're going to give you some more information with the one and only Chris Romer coming up, as well as introduce you to a celebrity makeup artist and what you should be doing as we're preparing for that switch from summer to fall with your skincare routine. Then we're going to introduce you to a beautiful place here that you might not know about. Good Morning Vail starts now.
Things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Let's take a look at that local weather forecast for today. Monsoon season has been upon us and we've seen quite a bit of precipitation. Well, that's going to continue into this afternoon. 56 degrees first thing this morning, a high of 71, 30% chance of rainfall, mix of sun and clouds. Afternoon thunderstorms are likely, winds coming out of the west at 5 to 10 miles an hour, making that 71 degrees feel just a little bit cooler than it actually is. Now, as we take a look at Vail by the hour, partly cloudy skies starting us off first thing this morning, scattered thunderstorms into the early afternoon and then continuing into the later afternoon, partly cloudy skies as we approach this evening, that high taking place between that 12 o'clock and that 4 o'clock hour. Now, as we take a look at that I-70 corridor, if you are traveling, maybe making your way down to Denver, out to the west of us, 86 degrees, 40% chance of precipitation in Denver, 71 in Vail with a 30% chance of moisture, 74 in Avon with a 40% chance of precipitation, and then 77 in Eagle with a 40% chance of moisture as well. So as you're traveling along that I-70 corridor, just be watchful for that standing water that you can see along that route. Now, as we take a look at Vail overnight tonight, temperatures are cooling down. 49 degrees is our overnight low, 20% chance of precipitation continuing overnight tonight. Partly cloudy skies, that sun setting a little bit earlier by the day's 8:04 p.m. and it's when we're going to see that sunset. Wind shifting directions coming out of the south-southeast at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Now, as we take a look ahead into the next 5 days, tomorrow, beautiful sunshine, 77 degrees, continuing into Friday with a high of 79. Mostly sunny skies on Saturday, temperatures reaching up into the 80s. Then we'll see that moisture make its way back to us by Sunday. 50% chance of precipitation, 78 degrees is the high by Sunday. 40% chance of moisture on Monday with a high of 76. So those afternoon thunderstorms are making their way back by Sunday and Monday. So get out there and soak up that sunshine while we have it. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back from the break, we're going to introduce you to the Eagle Valley Library District.
Good morning, Vail.
Stevie Lee Woods presents Nashville Roadhouse Live, where country meets rock and roll.
It's where I drank my first beer, where I found Jesus, where I wrecked my first car, I tore it all to pieces. Join us every week for more live performances right here on Nashville Roadhouse Live.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Hi there! Are you ready to explore famous neighborhoods from New York City to Kentucky? Watch The Neighborhood with host Nicole Newman. Featuring famous people, unique history, and delicious places to eat and drink. Our viewers get an inside personal look at each neighborhood. With each episode we learn, grow, laugh, and live like a local, not just a visitor. Welcome to The Neighborhood. Check your local program schedule and tune in.
Good morning, Vail.
One of the greatest amenities we have here in the community is the Eagle Valley Library District, and they do so many things to make sure that you have the perfect experience at the library. Well, they've just created lockers for you to be able to use, and Tegan is going to walk us through how you can get your hands on using these great lockers and your hands on a library card, because it's so simple and it's one of the best things you can do for yourself. So let's introduce you to Tegan.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are at the Avon Public Library today with our friends from the Eagle Valley Library District. Tegan Davis joining us, a familiar face on the show. We all know and love Tegan and all the things happening through the Eagle Valley Library District. So much happening all the time, Tegan. Yes. Summer. So we're talking about a very exciting thing today. But first of all, how are you doing? How has your summer been?
Oh, doing great. Summer's been lovely. Getting out hiking, biking. How about yourself? Yeah.
Yes.
Where you live.
Trying to enjoy as much of the summer, soak up as much sun, because it goes by fast.
Oh my gosh, we're already almost into August. It's nuts.
Tegan, well, thank you so much for greeting us here at the Avon Library. We are talking about a very new innovation that you guys are implementing into the library. So let's kind of walk over, and then you'll kind of tell us what it's all about.
I'll tell you all about this new machine.
So if you guys want to follow us around this way, we have here, Tegan, some new lockers. Is that what you would call them?
Yep. So they're called lib lockers. So it's a holds locker. So if you're unable to come into the library during our business hours, so let's say you're working late or you're coming by early and you want to pick up your stuff before we're open, this is a way to do it. So we can put your stuff in a locker, and then you just show up with your library card and you can take your stuff out.
I love that, because we were talking a little bit off camera. A lot of people either work late, work early, they can't maybe make it within the office hours, but this will allow now library users to come in after hours and do the whole checkout procedure from here, take their book home, and enjoy the reading.
Yep, enjoy the read, enjoy what you want, get your stuff. And so we're trying to make it a little bit more accessible for those who can't make our hours. Yeah.
Absolutely. Tegan, how does this work? We were talking off camera. You need to call the library first. So walk us through this stuff.
Okay, so we have this little bookmark that has all, just to remind people what to do. Yes. And so what you would want to do at this point in time is to call the library and be like, hey, can I get my books put in the holds locker, because I'd like to pick them up in the evening after 9. You don't have to tell us the time. Just tell us that you want to pick them up in the holds locker, and we'll go ahead and we'll set your materials in the holds locker. And so then you would come in with your library card, and you would come over here and you would scan your library card, and there's actually, you got to hit pick up items. Okay. You got to let it know what you want to do. And then you scan. And so those are all the items that I have ready.
Wow, and And it just magically opens.
Opens, and then now I get my stuff, and I get to go home all happy.
You pick up your stuff, then you just close.
Yep, you just close that back up. Please don't leave it open. Close back up, and then you're set to go. And they're already checked out to you on your library card. And if you want, you can look at your account. You can print a receipt so that you would know. You can get it emailed, or you can print it out, so that you know when your books are due. And it's taking us time printing it out. But yeah,
doing its thing.
that is the Holds Locker.
That is super simple. That took literally a few seconds.
Yep, few seconds, just so that, again, trying to make it available for when you can't come, and then you're set to go.
And I love the receipt has on there the due date or the renewal date, so that's always a good reminder to have. I use that as a bookmark even.
I do too. I also use it as a bookmark to be like, oh, okay, I still have a few more days, or ooh, I need to bring it back.
Well, that was a super easy process. Tegan, I see on here there's an English and a Spanish version as well for all the Spanish speakers in town.
Exactly. So multilingual, so that anyone can come in and follow the quick, easy steps to get your stuff.
Now, Tegan, you said obviously we have to call the library at the moment to be able to use this. Are we going to get notified? Obviously, we have the receipt here, but what other ways will we be getting notified when we need to return our books?
Oh, so we do. You can sign up for text messages, or we also do a courtesy email. So we'll give you a courtesy email saying like, "Hey, your books are due in a couple of days." We do automatic renewals. So long as no one's waiting for your materials, it will renew for another 3 weeks. If someone is waiting, though, you do have to bring it back in so we can all share. So those are just all the different ways, and then you can also call us and be like, "Hey, can you check my account?" Or I don't have access to my account, or I'm in another country and I have a book and I'm a little nervous. And you can always call us and we'll let you know.
You know, I'm a library user myself. I come here and check out books. I was talking off camera. My goal is to read 12 books a year, which may not be a lot, but it's like one book a month.
Exactly.
So I always appreciate that that notice in my email saying, hey, your book is up, or your book was renewed, and I'm like, okay, good, I have a few more weeks.
Yep, I can keep reading. That's great. Yeah, I do ebooks, so I totally understand, because sometimes I'll select an ebook that is 700 pages, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, it's going to take me a bit to get through it. So I think 12 is a great goal over the year. So yeah.
And having that notice either through the receipt or through the email or text is also kind of a good way to pace yourself, because you're like, okay, maybe I need to, step up my reading, read a couple more pages per night. So definitely a really good reminder to have.
Or if you like me and I check out multiple books, and sometimes it's like, oh, I'm not going to get to that one. I need to turn it in. Someone else needs a turn, because I checked out 5. So again, it's a great reminder. But if you holler, give us a call, and we're happy to let you know when things are up or in, or if you would like to put your items in the Holds Locker to pick them up.
Tegan, is the Holds Locker only available at the Avon Library at the moment?
Only at the Avon Library, and we're going to be putting one in at the Gypsum Library in the fall.
So we will stay tuned for that, but definitely a very nice addition, as Tegan said, to make picking up your books way more accessible. If you can't come in during business hours, all you got to do, as you saw, was click the little cart on the screen, scan your library card. I think it'll probably scan your face or something as well. There's the camera there, and then you will. It'll just kind of magically open.
Yep, it'll open, and then you choose if you want a receipt or not, and it's already checked out to your account, so you don't have to do anything else. Close the box, go home and enjoy.
Cool. Tegan, I know you wanted to show us kind of a little magic trick where all the doors are going to open. So if you want to do that, I'll kind of come over here. I'll let you enter the magic password. So while Tegan does that, I do want to remind everyone that you can visit the Eagle Valley Library District website at evld.org. Check out some of the books there. Check out all the events happening throughout the summer. You can place things on hold through the website and do many, many things. And Tegan is going to show us.
Here's the magic.
Okay. Let's see.
We have our Holds Lockers right here, and so it's just kind of fun to see it all in action.
There it goes. Whoa. Very cool.
I know, it's the little things, right? It's very much the little things.
Yeah, there's
8 lockers, so there's
8 lockers.
Enough, hopefully, for everyone to come in and get their holds.
There you have it. Come check out the new Hold Locker here at the Avon Library. If you can't make it during office hours, you can get all your stuff and take it home and enjoy all the books, DVDs, magazines.
Yeah, we can put anything in here except for library of things. Other than that, it can hold up to 6 items. So, yeah.
Tegan, and to wrap up, I do want to remind everyone at home about the survey that you guys are currently doing. How can people participate and what's it all about?
It's a survey just telling us what you think of us and how we're doing. So you can access it online, evld.org, or at our branches we have printed out copies. So please tell us know what you think. Please let us know what you think.
Yes. Always nice to hear back from the community and, receive that feedback. So go on the website and participate on the survey, or come on here and check out the new hold lockers. Tegan, thank you so much for having us here today. I'm excited to try this myself.
Oh, good. I'm excited. So just call us and we'll get your stuff in there.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We are going to take a short break, but we'll be back with more of the show. We're going to keep enjoying the hold locker here at the Avon Library, and we'll be right back.
Good morning, Vail.
We are here at Rugs Benedict in Avon with one of the owners, Mandy Benedict. Mandy, how are we doing today?
Fantastic. Great morning.
And today we are talking about waterproof flooring, which is so important out here in the Rocky Mountains, whether you're winter skiing, snowboarding, and you got wet boots, or in the summer and you're playing outside. But waterproof flooring, tell me about it.
So it's really fantastic for our busy mountain lifestyle. And like you mentioned, whether it's ski boot traffic, a rental area, or if you just have some furry friends that like to go play in the creeks and run into the house, it's a great option for having that beautiful wood floor look, but having something that's not so sensitive to moisture.
Definitely, and this is obviously great for kind of one of those entrance rooms or a mud room, or also just an entire house made with this, right?
Yeah, we definitely have been doing entire homes with this floor. If you have, big dogs, they're very, very scratch resistant as well. So if you have things like whether big dogs or kids, heavy traffic, like I mentioned, great for rental environments or just busy mountain lifestyles where you don't want to have to kind of be a slave to your floor. This is very durable.
Definitely, and we have so many options here and different warranties that come with each one, but let's take a look at some of these, right?
Yeah, so really any color that you're looking for, any style. If you want a reclaimed look, if you want a marble look, if you're looking for just a really sleek European oak or a walnut floor, we have anything that will, look like wood or look like stone and tile that we can do with this waterproof flooring.
Yeah, and it all looks so beautiful here in the shop in Avon at Rugs Benedict. What do people need to know about waterproof flooring?
The waterproof flooring, there are quite a few different things as far as like sound abatement. We work with a lot of condo associations. There are specific underlayments that you need to use and installation requirements. So our in-house employee installers are amazing at that, but we come out and do free estimates. So basically anything you need to know, our flooring design team and our estimators will clue you in on everything perfect for your property.
I love that. Rugs Benedict, so much more than rugs. All your flooring needs here. Anything else I should ask? Anything else people should know about waterproof flooring?
Just come in and explore, see all the options that there are.
Come on down to Rugs Benedict here in Avon and check out your next flooring project.
Good morning, Vail.
We love celebrating incredible organizations here in our community, and this morning we're doing just that with the Vail Valley Partnership. I'm joined by Chris and Christy, and a big, huge congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate it. Why, Maddie?
I was going to let you give us the fun. We've got you a cake here. It says congratulations on winning Chamber of the Year.
Yeah, we were really honored to be recognized as the Chamber of Commerce of the Year by the Association of Chamber of Commerce executives representing the 7,000 chambers that exist in the United States. And Vail Valley Partnership was recognized for the third time in the past 8 years as the top chamber in the United States. So we're really proud of our community. I'm really proud of our team and staff, our board, and all of our members. It's a really fun recognition. I think it means a lot to certainly our organization, but also the community, to be able to represent business and commerce in our area that's so well known for recreation and tourism.
Yes.
It's just an honor to be representatives of our business community.
And I think it's so wonderful to have such great resources. And I think that's the thing that you guys do best, is not only for the businesses, but really for the community members. If you have questions on something that you are going to vote on here coming up, you guys are a great resource to get all that information.
Yeah, we really listen to our businesses and what they need. So the reason that we're able to give those great resources is because we truly do listen to what you guys want and need. Yeah.
And so, Christy, you've been with the Vail Valley Partnership for quite some time. You're the workforce manager.
Yes.
So can you give us some more information on what that does for the Vail Valley Partnership?
Yeah. So I get to work with our businesses and providing resources and training for their employees, hiring needs. We run apprenticeship programs through Vail Valley Partnership, career-wise apprenticeship, and we partner with Eagle County School District and Youth Power 365 a lot to provide opportunities for our young professionals to get into their careers.
Which is so incredible and an opportunity that not many people know about here. And it's so nice to bring light to it because it really can transform a child's journey or a young adult's journey as they're making their way from high school to their adult life.
Yeah, it really gives our young professionals the career readiness skills and the confidence to jump into their career and start, contributing to the community right away. So it really is a great opportunity for all of our businesses and young professionals.
Now, if people are just hearing about this for the first time, where can they go to get more information, get involved, and see what opportunities are out there?
Yeah, you can contact me, email myself, or Eric Williams, or you can go to our website at vailvalleypartnership.com, and it's under Signature Programs, career-wise.
And we've got the website up right now. There are so many incredible resources on the Vail Valley Partnership website. You've got events, you've got job boards. You literally have something for everyone, and it's a great way to explore so many local businesses that are young entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs who have been in the community for a long time. So instead of using those big name stores that do a great job, you can really source out those mom and pop shops. That way you are keeping it here in the community and staying local, which I think is one of those other great advantages to the Vail Valley Partnership.
Yeah, we love celebrating all of our businesses, and especially our locally owned businesses that are, they contribute to sponsoring our kids' sports teams, and they contribute to the community in so many ways, but maybe most importantly, through a unique experience for our visitors and being able to serve our locals at the same time. So being able to have the business directory to help guide people to whatever type of business they might need, especially the professional service businesses that people don't always know. We know our retailers and a lot of our restaurants and certainly celebrate those. But when people need a plumber or an HVAC, people need an electrician or someone to fix their garage door or any of those things, those aren't the ones that you see when you walk through the village or walk through Riverwalk or walk through downtown Eagle or Gypsum or whatever the case. So being able to spotlight some of those professional services are really fun for us too.
And not only is it plumbing and HVAC and electricians, but there's also some great marketing tools that you have with the Vail Valley Partnership that people can tap into, some great businesses that will help you redesign your website or come up with your mission statement. And there's also a lot of development that people can do through the Vail Valley Partnership, not only personally, but professionally as well.
Yeah, I think the amount of creativity, professionalism that all of our business partners bring to the table, we get to see and we get to collaborate with, and we get to unite them all together with our events, which is kind of our motto, right?
Yep, and the fun thing about all the professional development, I think it's a big part of why we won the Chamber of the Year, because the apprenticeships and programs that Christy talked about earlier, but also our leadership programs and our skill development programs. It's a great way for people to connect and network with each other, our industry groups, to grow your network and deepen your roots here in the community, and have those tools and resources and people that you can lean on when you have business questions and you need the connections and the tools. We're really honored to be able to celebrate that and to be able to serve as that tool for our community.
Which I think is so wonderful. And then it's not just this, that you guys do, but seriously, as it gets close to election time, when there are questions that are on the ballot, you guys always have the best answers possible, and there's always a lot of questions because wording on ballots is so tricky and it's so perfectly placed on there, and the dialect is so different than what you would hear in your day-to-day life that it's important to have someone to decipher that, and that's where you guys really step in to help a lot of people. That way we're helping our businesses.
Yeah, we produce a ballot guide every year that goes through all the state issues and things that we'll see on our ballot to help really deconstruct and simplify what it means that we're voting on. You know, the yahoos in Denver come up with this ballot language that is intentionally confusing, and you're not always sure if yes means no or no means yes. And they do that purposefully, and we try to cut through all of that and provide a nonpartisan voter guide that just talks about exactly what these are and what the impacts would be. So it's something we're happy to do because we know it's hard.
And we, as people who don't understand it, me specifically, I'm always so grateful when this guide comes out because it really does make a world of difference for someone who's just learning and just getting all the information. And I want to have my facts straight as I'm making big decisions, because although I'm one small vote, my one small vote adds to a large pile of votes, and it makes a difference.
It matters.
Of course it does.
It 100% matters. Now let's talk 60-year celebration.
Yeah, 60 years. Vail Valley Partnership was incorporated in 1964, in September of 1964, as the Vail Resort Association, which makes us 2 years younger than Vail Mountain as a ski resort, 2 years older than the town of Vail as a town, and one of the longest standing, oldest nonprofits in Eagle County. And so we're really happy and proud to be able to celebrate 60 years. We have an event coming up to help celebrate the Chamber of the Year and the 60th anniversary party.
Yeah, our 60th anniversary party is going to be at Riverwalk Backyard, September 18th, and it's going to be from 5 to 7. We'd love you to join us and have some fun, some food, some drinks, some dance maybe, some great conversation. We have speakers.
We have speakers lined up. We have a band that'll play. We have a number of local speakers who have had a long history with the organization. We'll hear from a few of the Vail Valley Partnership staff. We'll hear from previous executives like Frank Johnson, Jen Brown, former board member, and former Vail Valley Chamber executive. We'll hear from Jeff Schroll, county manager, and Brian Nolan, who was a past board chair and board member of the Vail Valley, I think, Tourism and Convention Bureau. We'll hear from Jeff Schroll, our county manager, Magda King from the Antlers at Vail. We have a really good lineup of people who are going to share a little bit about their story and their relationship with the partnership over the years. But most importantly, as Christy said, it's an opportunity to come together, listen to some live music, celebrate community, mix and mingle, and help us celebrate both our 60 years.
60-year success of all of our businesses.
And the success of all of our businesses and the community at large. So we're really excited to have a fun time.
Chris and Christy, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us, giving us all this great information. Congratulations on 60 years and becoming the Chamber of the Year. We're so fortunate to have such a wonderful resource, and it wouldn't happen without wonderful people like you two. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
Make sure that you celebrate the Vail Valley Partnership on September 18th for their 60th year anniversary and for becoming Chamber of the Year. We're really excited for everything that they do here in our community and the great support that they show everyone. So make sure you get out there and support them. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail.
It's time for the best coverage of the top stories in sports. The Sports Wrap with Jason Page starts now.
How do you make Anthony Edwards the face of your franchise if you're the Minnesota Timberwolves? We'll get into that.
And we say hello to our good friend Matt Verderam, who hangs out with us from SI.com. Their NFL insider, one of them, is hanging out with us on the program today. Did you see Caitlin Clark last night? She put up a 40-burger, hits the game-winning three as time expires,
Let's turn our attention to the Denver Broncos, one of the NFL's most dysfunctional situations.
The Sports Wrap with Jason Page.
For the latest and greatest trends in pop entertainment, Popstar Today brings you compelling celebrity lifestyle stories that matter most to you. From movies, music, TV, and streaming shows, to fashion, social media influencers, and the latest on who is seeing who. Join host Elizabeth Stanton as she digs deep and dives in. This is Popstar Today.
Good morning, Vail.
As we make our way from summer to fall, it's important that you reevaluate your skincare routine because the temperatures are shifting, the climate is changing, and we're joined by celebrity makeup artist Daniel Martin. Thank you so much for taking the time with us this morning, Daniel.
Thanks for having me.
Now, let's talk about what people can do to shake up their beauty routine to make their skin better as we're making the transition.
Okay, so as you said, temperatures are drastically changing from hot to cool right now. So it's important to look at your beauty and skincare routines to ensure you're keeping your skin hydrated, balanced, and protected with the right mix of products and ingredients. So when it comes to the most versatile ingredient to add to your beauty routine, soy is a powerhouse dermatologist-approved ingredient that a lot of people realize, and it helps deliver radiant-looking skin. According to the U.S. Soy Beauty Report, nearly 3 in 4 dermatologists say soy-based ingredients can be beneficial for overall skin health. And 2 in 3 dermatologists say beauty products containing soy-based ingredients are effective in treating specific concerns like dryness, acne, or aging skin. And while soy is a studied and trusted ingredient being utilized in the beauty industry for the last 2 decades, many still don't realize that it has amazing benefits like improving skin texture, improving the appearance of skin, and hydration. So that's why I'm excited to share with you guys how we can use these to not only help achieve radiant, glowy skin, but also to create some, fun makeup looks.
And especially, like you said, as we're trying to keep our skin moisturized, and especially at these higher elevations that we all live at right now, it's important that you're doing these steps. And so what would you say the best first step is as someone is reevaluating their skincare routine while they're looking for these soy-based products?
So the first step would actually be to, create that perfect skincare routine, and it's a perfect foundation for a makeup look. To get that glowy, super hydrated skin, soy is a great addition to skincare because of its hydrating benefits. A cleanser like Fresh's Soy pH Balance Hydrating Face Wash supports skin moisture barrier. And to add extra hydration all over a cream like Kiehl's Creme de la Corp soy milk and honey whipped butter helps achieve that perfect dewy finish on the skin. Soy-powered cosmetics can even help boost overall skin health and hydration, locking in that moisture for a firm and supple look. A lot of people may not know that soy can be found in some of, your favorite cosmetics, and I can show you a few right now. So for this first look that I did on Natalie, she has beautiful radiant skin. There's Dior Face and Body Foundation, NARS concealer to even out her skin look. But moving on to the eyes, there's a subtle shimmer that's happening. She has a soy-based mascara by Era Perez, and this Burt's Bees eyeshadow that gives a really beautiful natural finish on the cheeks, because the cheeks right now is having such a moment, especially on social media. It's a subtle glow with a hint of pink by Tower 28, and their lip softies also have soy in them. So we wanted to create this really beautiful, hydrated, and healthy lip.
I mean, her makeup looks phenomenal. Her skin looks like it's absolutely radiant. Before you put all of that makeup on, did you put a primer on to really help her skin flourish the way it is right now?
That's such a great question. I went straight from makeup after moisturizer because we want to create that radiance and we want to create that glow. So omitting the primer kind of helps kind of give that natural kind of radiant look that looks like skin. But if you're having long wear makeup, you definitely want to add a primer.
I mean, I want my skin to look as glowy and as dewy as hers does, so I'm going to take your tips and I'm going to start using them in my everyday routine. Now, for more information and where we can get our hands on all of these great products, where can we go?
Yeah, you can definitely head over to ussoy.com to learn more about the amazing benefits of soy and how you can incorporate into your daily lives.
Daniel, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us,
Thank you
giving
so
us
much.
all this great information, and thank you for sharing all of your wonderful tips and tricks with us. We're so grateful to learn.
Awesome, thank you.
Make sure that you check out ussoy.com. That way you can get your hands on all of these great products. That way your skin can glow like hers did. And especially as we're transitioning from summer to fall, those temperatures are cooling down. You want to make sure your skin is nice and hydrated. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so don't go anywhere.
Good morning, Vail.
Take the first game every one of us played in the schoolyard. Turn up the degree of difficulty to maximum, and then let loose some of the fastest and most agile athletes in the world to go one-on-one in what you have is the most extreme pursuit contest you've ever known. It's intense, it's addictive, and there's only one rule. Don't get caught.
If you haven't seen World Chase Tag before, here's how it works.
2 teams of up to 6 athletes compete in a series of one-on-one chases. Each chase lasts up to 20 seconds and has 1 chaser and 1 evader.
Opportunities of points on the board! Oh!
Whoever wins the duel stays on as the evader, and teams get 1 point for each evasion they make.
And it looks like the opening point of this contest. Yes!
It's the best of 16 chases to win the match, with a sudden death chase-off required to break any ties. It's win or go home from now on. Don't miss it.
Join us on the famous Leadville Railroad. This historic train ride takes you on an unforgettable trip through the heart of the Rockies for an afternoon of adventure, relaxation, and sightseeing. Our scenic train rides are a perfect place to bring families closer together while immersing them in the natural beauty and rich history of this picturesque region. Enjoy the spectacular Colorado scenery. Even meet the engineer. Make memories that will last a lifetime. Tickets available at LeadvilleRailroad.com.
Welcome to Nantucket Rope Bracelets. All of our stylish bracelets are handmade in our Nantucket workshop, using only the best non-shrinking line with soft, flexible finish. Find us at NantucketRopeBracelets.com and order your beautiful piece from Nantucket today.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show. Have you been up to the Lazy J Ranch and all of the wonderful amenities that they have up there? Well, we're going to introduce you to the Vail Rod and Gun Club right now up on the Lazy J Ranch to inspire you to get outdoors and explore our wonderful community.
We are here with Greg Juflis, the owner of Lazy J Ranch. Greg, tell us a little bit about the property here and your family's history in the Vail Valley.
I'd be glad to. The Lazy J Ranch is a small part of a much larger ranch property here that my family, my grandfather came from Greece in 1907. He came up here a few years after that, but sheep ranchers, and we had one of the largest sheep operations in Colorado. And based here primarily, there was a large stockyard here. So, and as we discussed briefly earlier, you had to have 2 ranches to have a sheep operation. The business model is a little different for sheep ranching from the cattle. So, summer ranch, which is what this was, high country. We did graze on the forest all the way from here up on Red and White Mountain, up to Piney, down across Gore Valley, and up into the back bowls. So we had, at one point, we had 15,000 sheep. So we had quite a large operation. And then for the winter, you would move your herd down to the desert and just graze them out on the desert, which was kind of like a fundamental difference between the cattle operations and the sheep operations. The cattle guys raised hay and fed, which was another expense that we didn't have to have with our operation. So anyway, so that's a little background on the sheep business. But so we've been here for, since the early 1900s. And we're now, like Henry and Miranda, are fourth generation on the ranch. So we got a long presence here in the valley and seen a lot of change over the years. One of the things that I think that you've noticed at the Rod and Gun Club here, we've kind of preserved some of that old ranch culture. It's hard to find in the valley anymore. So,
absolutely,
yeah,
and it's definitely noticeable. Like that tradition here, it's super noticeable with like some of the older buildings, a little bit of that like, you know, antique vibe still around.
Sure.
But tell me a little bit more about how things have changed for your family over the last 100 or so years, and how you guys have kind of shifted with the times from, you know, ranching to a little bit more of a touristy area, because Vail Valley has certainly changed.
Oh, dramatically, dramatically. So. The ranch operations, Eagle County, up until the 60s when Vail started, and for some time after that, you know, the valley was pretty much ranching, mostly in the lower valley, like mid-valley here, and up to probably about where Eagle Vale is. There was some ranching up above Minturn too a little bit, but then you had the mines in Minturn and Gilman and Climax, so, and then there was some logging operations, and then the towns like Eagle and Gypsum were sort of, you know, they were basically geared towards servicing the ranching community, and the railroad was a big presence here too, like Minturn, for example. So that was sort of the economic base here well into the 60s. And then Vail started, and, you know, I got to admit, my father was somewhat skeptical. People are going to pay to come up here in the wintertime and all of that. So I think he was a little surprised by the success of the operation, right? And as Vail expanded, so this is now, I was born in 1957, so I didn't see the early part, but I think there it was, you know, for decades, up, like I said, up until the 60s, it was probably, you know, not a lot of change. It was that economic base that I talked about, the mining, the ranching, a little bit of timber, the railroads, that stuff.
And that history is still very much present in the valley. Like you can
certainly
see not just the remnants of it, but
right.
like you guys yourself, the family's still here.
Still here. We're one of the few left, you know, and but anyway, so during my time, I mean, I could still recall as a child, you know, going up to the sheep camps to move the camps and resupply the herders and everything up on Vail Mountain and in the back bowls up on Red and White and, you know, where Piney Lake is, all of that. Those were all forest permits. So in the spring, you'd bring your herds up on the railroad, unload them here, and then you trail them up Muddy Pass up onto Red and White, and it would be this whole summer process, right? As the snow receded and the grasses came in and the browse, you just follow it up, and then in the fall the same thing. As the frost started to burn up in the high country, burn all the vegetation in the high country, you'd come back down, and then in October you needed to get out of that high country before the big snows started, and so you'd come down and you'd ship your lambs to Denver to the stockyards over there, and your herd, the ewes and the rams, back out to the desert in Utah at that point. So that was still happening when I was a kid, and I remember all of that quite well. And then as Vail happened, you know, it started just in the Vail Valley to begin with, and then it pretty quickly got down to where Eagle Vale is now, and it was pretty steady progression and growth from that. And as that expanded, you know, the ranching on the valley floor contracted as the land uses changed.
Yep.
And I think when I got out of high school, I'd have to check to be really accurate, but I think this is at least ballpark. I got out of high school in 1975. I think the valley population was less than 10,000 people. And as I understand from the last census now, it's around 70,000, and that doesn't include the 20 or 30,000 visitors that are here. So just the numbers of people here has dramatically changed.
And even that census number is like almost 2,000 above the previous census.
Yeah, and but compared to like when I was a kid, it's like multiples larger now, right? Yeah. So that's obviously a big change, right? And the communities have changed. I mean, there's still some ranching going on, but it's a very small component now of the economy and things. So we're sort of like this island of antiquated operations here. It's like we're just I guess we're just too stubborn to quit.
But you guys have had to change with the times a little bit
we-
yourselves, right? Are you guys doing much sheep
well,
ranching still?
No, we run cattle up here in the summertime. The sheep operations are very labor intensive, and that whole thing has just changed a lot. So Dad switched out of we kind of got out of the sheep business in the 60s and cattle, and then he did some other things, and he actually ended up being quite successful doing real estate. He had his little niche. He understood the ranch operations very well, and a lot of this property was ranch property at the time. So he was very good at explaining to potential buyers what, the water rights and the grazing and all of that stuff. So he kind of had his little niche here with that. But we always have continued to run some livestock up there too. My brothers started this operation in the early 80s, right? And Vail Rod and Gun Club. And so, they've sort of tapped into that tourist economy here with this. But they've done it in a way, their product is the old traditional ranch. And I think they've done a good job with preserving that vibe here. So.
Well, and it definitely seems to have a little bit more of that old ranch vibe than some of the other, shall we say, ranch adjacent tourist properties that you see a lot out in the West, where they were built from the ground up to serve tourists and don't really have that tradition, no matter how hard they're trying to replicate that same feel. It's just not quite the same as you get when you're here.
Yeah, we've done this on a different scale, and the amenities are wonderful, but if you want the Ritz-Carlton, that's not this place, right? Yeah. So no slam on the Ritz-Carlton, great place, right?
Ritz-Carlton doesn't have a couple acres of private river.
That's true. Yeah, we've got some nice river for the fishing, and so there's a lot of recreational opportunities here, and I think we have a unique package for the value, and I will let others more that involved in it explain that one to you.
Well, awesome, Greg. Is there anything else you want to tell us about before we let you go?
I just want to say, if you're really interested in really getting a look at some of the old ranch culture around here, you'll find it down here, and we'd love to come share it with you, so come see us.
Awesome. Well, Greg Juflis, Lazy J Ranch, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. You guys are doing great.
We are here with Henry Juflis, who's the manager of all of the outdoor adventures here at the Lazy J Ranch. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you guys offer here for kind of outdoor activities?
Yeah, so we have a Sporting Clays 5 stand where we do our shotgun shooting. It's a lot of fun. We have some really challenging targets and a lot of easy targets. It's great for shooters of all ranges. And then we also offer some fly fishing. As you can see, we're here on our one of our private ponds that we just recently stocked. As you can tell, really easy access and everything. And I don't know if you can see any of the ripples or anything, but the fish are actively feeding, and it's a great spot to fish. We also have 3 miles of private water down here on the Eagle River that we have exclusive access to. And we also have a high alpine lake farther up on the ranch that's a lot of fun as well.
So that's just pretty incredible. You guys have so much water available. Are they all fishable?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Awesome. So tell me a little bit about your fly fishing opportunities here. Do you guys do fly fishing instruction, or do you just do guided tours?
So we offer memberships for our 3 miles of private on the Eagle River. It's year-round fishing until it freezes over in the winter. And then as far as the ponds, we do offer guided trips on both the river and the ponds. We have very experienced guides. I've been fishing here my whole life, and we just love to have the opportunity to share that with people and offer that to the public.
And speaking of offerings to the public, you guys have a couple of new offerings to the public this year, some things that people haven't had the chance to see in a couple of years, correct?
Yes, absolutely. Well, my father, he opened the club in 1981, and he stocked the ponds back in the day, and we haven't had them stocked in about 20 years now, and this is the first summer that we've restocked them, and we're really excited to start bringing people back up again.
So I've got a question, just for my own curiosity, about stocking high alpine lakes. Is that just a huge hassle driving a big box truck up there full of fish, or how do you guys do that?
Well, it was actually pretty painless. They just brought a four-wheel drive truck up with a big water tank on it with their fish and backed it right up and dumped them out.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Did you guys get to experience one of those cool fish slides, or did it just dump them straight in the lake?
No, they had a PVC pipe about this long, and then they put a plastic sleeve over it, and the fish kind of went down it like a water slide. It was really
Awesome.
pretty fun.
Awesome. So in addition to fly fishing, you guys also offer some sporting clays opportunities here. Tell us a little bit about all of that you guys have.
Yeah, so we have a Sporting Clays 5 stand. We have 10 different machines on that course that throw a variation of different presentations. We have some really easy targets that are great for beginners, and we also have some very challenging targets for our more experienced shooters.
Do you guys do any instruction with that too?
Absolutely, yeah. I'm one of the shooting instructors out there, and we have a handful of others. And you know, some of our workers have been here for 30 years, and they really know what they're doing and know how to teach people how to with proper form and gun safety and the whole 9 yards.
Fantastic. So if you're coming out here looking to get a little bit more knowledge on some of the more classic outdoor activities, whether it be fly fishing or hunting, this is a great place to kind of get a start on that, right?
I would say so, yes sir.
So if I was, say, having a corporate retreat, could we come out here and do some fly fishing or do some shooting?
100%, yeah. We love corporate gigs.
Awesome. So tell me a little bit more about anything that we haven't touched on yet with some of these amenities that you guys have. Anything that you want to add that I haven't asked you about?
Well, I think the biggest thing that sets us apart from other outfitters is our privacy and exclusivity. You know, like I said, we have exclusive access to the river and then these ponds, obviously, and there's no rush to get here before anyone else. You guys just show up and we'll start fishing. You don't have to worry about anyone encroaching on your fishing spot or anything like that.
So speaking of fly fishing, you guys have had a big fly fishing event fairly recently here, haven't you?
Yes, yeah, we hosted the men's 2016 World Fly Fishing Championship. We had competitors come from all over the world, and they got a chance to fish our 3.5 miles of private water, which we now offer to the public. So you will have a chance to fish where some of the best fly fishermen in the world fished just recently.
Literally some world-class waters. And so with both fly fishing and sporting clays available on the property, you don't have to do one or the other, correct?
No, we offer our world-famous cast and blast, where you can go fishing for a few hours and then come up and shoot at our 5 stand.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So one last thing I got to ask you about. So if I don't have any of my own equipment and I don't have a shotgun or a rod, is that something that you guys might provide?
Yeah, that is no problem at all. All of our activities are all-inclusive, so we provide the shotguns, the shells, ear and eye protection, and we also have very experienced instructors to help you safely shoot and learn proper form in the whole 9 yards. And then as far as the fly fishing, we provide waders, boots, fly rods, and again, we have very experienced guides to take you out on our private water.
So if you've never held a gun before, you've never held a fishing rod before, Vail Rod and Gun Club and the Lazy J Ranch is a perfect place to come and get your hands on it for the first time.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
Henry, thank you so much for talking to us and showing us all around the property and telling us about all these amazing amenities that you guys offer.
Yeah, Ben.
Thank you so much.
Nice meeting you. Yeah, thanks for coming out.
Good morning, Vail.
One of the longest-running syndicated television series is back, America's Black Forum, a weekly series highlighting the latest in our lifestyles, business, entertainment, and finance. We introduce you to entrepreneurs who are making their mark in the business world and leaders who are fighting for change.
Welcome to America's Black Forum.
Tune in each week to know what's happening in our world today on America's Black Forum.
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
Tune into Coffee with America and start your day in the right direction, where we go over the latest and greatest in health, lifestyle, entertainment, and more. Start your day off on Coffee with America.
I'm Danella Richard. I've made a career traveling the world. I've worked for some of the biggest names in travel, and now I've traded in my business suit for a swimsuit. Swimming with the sharks, swinging at the edge of the world, throwing back a few shots, or shall I say spirits. eating some of the best cuisine, and even making a few furry friends along the way. I invite you to come along with me and discover the world.
Join us in exploring the everyday lives of community members here in the Vail Valley. Hear their inspiring stories of how they came here, their contributions to our community, and why they chose to call this place home. We want you to be one of our neighbors. If you would like to be featured or nominate someone to be featured, please send an email to danielle@tv8vail.com. We look forward to featuring your story right here on TV8.
Hey, it's your boy, Nephew Tommy, your host for an all-new season of Black College Quiz, where the nation's best and brightest display their knowledge of Black history and culture while competing for prizes and scholarships. So get ready to see HBCU Nation take the academic field. Black College Quiz! BCQ! Black College Quiz! BCQ! Black College Quiz! BCQ! Yeah, man.
Good morning, Vail.
Let's take one final look at that local weather forecast for today. We are expecting to see temperatures progressively warm up, starting slightly cooler first thing this morning, 56 degrees around 8 a.m. A high of 71, 30% chance of precipitation. Mix of sun and clouds throughout today. Afternoon thunderstorms are likely. Winds coming out of the west at 5 to 10 miles an hour, so that slight breeze making that 71 degrees feel just a little bit cooler than it actually is. Now, as we take a look at Vail by the hour, you can see cloud coverage throughout this morning into the afternoon, bringing us those scattered thunderstorms. Isolated thunderstorms into the later afternoon, evening, partly cloudy skies as we approach tonight. Now we will see that high take place between that 12 o'clock and 4 o'clock hour. If you are traveling along that I-70 corridor, 86 degrees in Denver with a 40% chance of precipitation, 71 in Vail with a 30% chance of moisture, 40% chance of precipitation in Avon with a high of 74 degrees, 77 in Eagle with a 40% chance of precipitation as well. Now as we take a look at Vail overnight tonight, temperatures are cooling down. 49 degrees is our overnight low. 20% chance of rainfall, partly cloudy skies with that sun setting at 8:04 p.m. Winds coming out of the south-southeast at 5 to 10 miles an hour. As we take a look ahead into the next 5 days, some sunshine is upon us. Beautiful sun reaching us tomorrow, high of 77. 79 by Friday with beautiful sunshine, mostly sunny skies on Saturday, and then we're going to see precipitation make its way back for some continued monsoon season on Sunday and Monday. So if you are getting out there to do anything, just make sure that you're packing that rain jacket with you and that warmer layer, because we do see it shift quite frequently here in the mountains, but also just get out there and soak up that sunshine while we have it. Now, some exciting news. Vail Resorts just announced their opening day for both Vail and Beaver Creek. So Vail will be opening November 15th. So mark your calendars, get excited. If you're one of those people who cannot wait for ski season, well then it's right around the corner. It's going to be here before we know it. I cannot believe summer has come and gone this quickly. Now Beaver Creek has also announced their opening day, and they'll be opening November 27th. So for those people who love to capture first chair, well then now you know, that way you can start planning all of your wonderful adventures. We want to thank you so much for tuning in to your Wednesday edition of Good Morning Vail. We love getting to be here each and every morning to bring you all of this wonderful community information. Get out there and have a great Wednesday, everyone.
Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
You know TV8 Vail has great local content, but did you know about our production services?